YouTube, Eric DIY here with another great review for you. Today we're going to review the Vansuny 2TB NVMe M.2 solid state drive. It's PCIe 4th gen, and we're going to put it into a PlayStation 5. As far as installing, I don't think it's going to be that hard. It comes with the little screwdriver and the screws. You might want to use your own little screwdriver if you have a better one, but it's nice to come with one. It comes with a nice heat sink to it, and the actual pads are underneath, and I don't know if you can see it in there, but they have thermal pads there. And then they have the drive itself right here. Really easy to install these. Basically, you put it into the slot, you put a screw down, and you attach it that way, and it should just read it in the PlayStation 5 after it formats it for the PlayStation. Here's the PlayStation 5. I'm just going to start it up. Here's currently what it looks like. It looks like there's lots of free space and everything, but we're going to put a bunch of stuff on here over time. 2 terabytes going to come in handy. I do have a USB drive that was given to me with the PlayStation 5, and it's not as fast as an NVMe, so therefore we're going to install the 2 terabyte in this thing. The size of the console is 667.2 gigabytes, and the free space is only 7.45 gigabytes. So you could see why I would want to install 2 terabytes. Heck of a lot more storage. I'm actually going to take this foot off the PlayStation 5 first so we can slide that off. So it's just this little gray screw on top. I'm going to take that off just temporarily. So we're going to lift up and slide off. It's more sliding than lifting off. And if you push it down, it just comes right off. This right here is where we're going to install the drive. And it takes one screw to come off of there. This is the compartment for the NVMe drive. We take our screwdriver, Phillips head, and we're just going to loosen this up to get it out of there. Covers the port for the NVMe drive. Next, we got to take out this little screw because that's what we're going to use to put the NVMe drive in, which is going to go that way. Take the screw out. Just get a Phillips head screwdriver. Don't lose that screw because you need to hold down the NVMe drive. And it even has a little collar on it. So size of this is probably the 80, so we're going to put that in the 80. There's different links sometimes when it comes to NVMe drives, but we're going to put it right into the port right here. And it goes about halfway up, and then you just let it rest. It's going to rest on the screw and that little stand-up thing that it needs. That's why it has a standoff, because you're going to put the standoff underneath on the 80 mark. Have this go right down there, and we'll screw it in. However, we still have the heat sink too, so we have to unscrew that and get some thermal paste right there. There's 2 screws here, and there's 2 screws on the other side, so I'm going to put it, just unscrew those 4 screws. And now this top part of the heatsink should come off, and you have your thermal pads right here. But we're going to take a look at this and install the thermal pads on there. As far as how to install the thermal pads, it kind of shows you. You're going to take the bottom tray, put a thermal pad there, put the drive in there. I just want to show you how it goes in. And then you're going to put a thermal pad on top, and then the heatsink is going to go on top, and then you screw everything back in. Put the first thermal pad on the bottom of the heatsink. I'm going to try not touching it a lot with our hands because we don't want oil to get all over it. So you're going to take the first plastic part and we'll put it down on the bottom here. And there we go. Just taking the little plastic film on this side as well. Make sure you take off the plastic film on both sides of the heatsink. Thermal tape, if you will. Second thermal pad is going to go on top. So I'm going to put it on top of the heatsink. On one side, take the plastic off. Going to lay it right down in the middle. There we go. And we'll take the plastic off this side as well. And then we're just going to sandwich the drive between these two. And you're probably wondering, well, what side's which? Well, it has this little indentation right here. And that tells you that the drive goes this way. And that's so that the contacts are out the other side as well. Then we take the top, the heatsink, same thing. It has a little indent there, goes on the side of the screw. And the screw holes should line up on the side. And we're going to screw those little 4 screws back on the side. All right, now we're just going to install it like we had before. We have the standoff on the 80 mark. The drive fits right halfway up. Don't force it in, it should just slide right into the slot that's there. There we go. And then you're gonna screw, you gotta make sure it's all the way in. Push it in so it's all the way in, the heatsink should go to the end. And then we're gonna use that screw from before to screw it down in here. And you don't have to go very tight on this, just make sure it's secure. And then hopefully we get to put this back in. cover, which does fit with the heatsink and everything, so that's cool to see. And just screw it back in, and then the drive is installed. Again, just enough to keep it down. You have to over tighten. Finally, the drive's on this side, so we make sure to slide the drives on there. It should just slide right back up in place. And it snaps in when you got it. Okay, install on the foot. Just want to make sure the screw gets into the little hole here. Do it by hand so we don't strip anything first. Pretty simple to put on. Takes a large flat head to get in there again. We turn this thing back on. It'll probably tell me to format the drive to PlayStation 5, and then we'll have our 2 terabytes, or you know, slightly less because it's formatted. Yep, so it's asking me to format the drive. It says the M.2 SSD drive, you need to format it. So we're gonna format it, and it's brand new, so there shouldn't be any data on there, so we should be fine. So we're gonna push format M.2 SSD, push the X button, and it's formatting. All right. Read speed is 6,482 megabytes per second, which is about par for a PCIe drive. Okay, let's see what happens here. All right, look at that. Free space on the console is not much. If we go to settings, we go to storage. Here's the M.2 storage. It has a size of 2.05 terabytes. Free space of 2.04 terabytes. And then you can tell it where to install things. So I mean, if I want to do that, I can go to the SSD storage and it'll install everything there. Let's see if we can transfer over that game there. Alright, I found all the stuff on the USB extended storage. As you can see, some of this is really old because again, I inherited this from my brother, but I'm gonna see if we can move something over to the NVMe drive. Pinball arcade I actually like a lot. Select items to move. Okay, we're gonna move it to the M.2 SSD storage, and it should take the game off of the USB drive, go to M.2. So there we go. Right, I'm going to select move. I'm going to move 6 gigabytes. This is one of the games that I actually pull up once in a great while and actually play in this PlayStation. So I just got it to load. This is all working now. Look how fast it's working though, look. It's going through all this. I mean, this is pretty comparable, but it loaded a lot faster. Load speed, pretty fast. It's faster than USB drive, obviously. So, yeah, there we go. Can't remember the controls for a second. Here we go. Well, that sucks. Loading seems pretty fast. It's only NVMe drive. Another thing you want to understand is that when you save PS5 games and apps, you can only switch between the console storage or an NVMe drive. It needs to be faster. So if you have PS4 games, you can use a regular USB 3.0 drive, which is what my brother did. But this will increase your space for PS5 games overall. I would definitely get an NVMe drive if I were you getting a PlayStation 5, because you're going to fill up this storage really fast if not. And as you can see, I'm transferring files from the M.2 back into the USB drive. It took about 50 seconds to do this, so we're down to the last 6 or 5. You can see that it's going faster than before, right up to 7,000 megabytes per second. So that was shown when we first had it there. Fits the PS5 just fine. This is a value drive, so you're going to get a lot of value out of this. You get the same performance, but it's under $120, and you can buy a Samsung 980 Pro for 1 terabyte for about that price, but you can buy 2 terabytes with the Vansuny model here. So overall, I mean, if you're just using a PlayStation 5 and you're not going for like a PC with the latest PCIe 5.0 gen, you could use this in a PC and it'd probably be perfectly fine, by the way. And I just want you to know that it has not overheated. I've kept this thing on for hours and it's been fine. Transferring files and everything, this thing will do everything. So that is awesome, and it's fast. So it also comes with a 3 to 5 year warranty too. So they do have a warranty on this in case something were to happen. As far as the Vansuny 2 terabyte NVMe drives, looks to be perfectly compatible. tons of space. I'll be moving over more games and stuff, and probably get rid of the USB extended storage here, so that we don't have to use that anymore, and maybe try to see what I can do about freeing up space in the console. This is definitely a buy, especially with Christmas coming around the corner. If you want to upgrade your PS5, this might be the way to do it, and it's at a great price too. There are really no cons to the Vansuny 2TB. I mean, the only thing is just installing it and taking that thing off. You just have to have a couple screwdrivers and do that. They do have ones that come in different sizes, but this is the biggest size, and again, it's PCIe 4. It's 4th gen, which is the fastest that the PlayStation 5 will support. If you would like to purchase a Vansuny 2TB NVMe M.2 solid-state drive, PCIe Gen 4, please look for a link in the description below. We'll send you to Amazon where you can purchase your very own. Every purchase will help support the Eric DIY channel. We appreciate all your support. If you like this review and you want to see more like it, please give us a thumbs up and push that subscribe button below while you're down there. Also push on the bell notification icon so that way you'll be notified of future Eric DIY video releases. I appreciate all your support. We'll see you later. You have a great evening. As always, if you like this video, found it useful, please subscribe. And if you have a product that you would like reviewed, please contact Eric by emailing him at eric5150diy@gmail.com. Have a great day.